So how we doing, everyone? Welcome to defenderadventures1 first live stream. Stick with me here. Like I say, this is my first time. I apologize for the light back there coming through the door. I'll get that fixed up next time. I was kind of in a hurry getting this set up, but I'm excited. I'm nervous at the same time, so stick with me throughout this, and hopefully we can work through it together. This is a low-budget operation. I'm actually doing this on my phone, and I do have a laptop set up over here that I'm trying to get into so I can see some of the chats. Hopefully you guys join in on some of that, and I'll try to respond to you through the comments the best that I can. Anyways, while that thing's doing what it's doing, I'll try to explain, kind of introduce myself. My name is Matt. I've been doing YouTube now for probably close to 5 to 6 months. Probably put out 70 or 80 videos, most of them involving my Defender. My Defender is a 2019 XMR, HD10, of course. If you guys are current subscribers, hopefully you've watched the videos. If you're new subscribers, thanks for joining in. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and it'll really help grow the channel. But for now, we are going to talk a few just a little bit about, and I'll try not to stumble on my words through this, but try to talk about why I started YouTube. And first of all, I just really love the outdoors. I love buggy riding, or side-by-side riding, or UTV riding, or whatever y'all call it, because I've noticed that some people call it different things. And I'm not sure buggy riding is the right word for it, but that's usually how I refer to it. That's how we refer to it around here where I'm at, and that's kind of how I usually will go about saying it, but I know it's different all over all parts. But anyways, talk a little bit about my passion for the outdoors. I love buggy riding. Another big reason why I started YouTube was to help others. So as you've seen, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I've kind of explained a little bit how I stumbled upon YouTube, from just using it as a tool in the garage here. I'm one of them type of people that I'm probably not going to go, if something breaks, I'm probably not going to run to the shop, try to get it fixed. I'm going to do what I can to troubleshoot it myself. And YouTube, in my opinion, is an amazing tool for that. And whether it be changing oil or something, job even bigger, I always will turn to YouTube as a source, as a resource, as a go-to for trying to find maybe some tips and tricks on how to do it easier, or just to walk me through it to make sure that I'm not going to screw something up. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel, because I was like, well, if I can help others, that's kind of what I take joy in, right? Like it makes me feel good when I can say, hey, you know, that video really helped me out. I really appreciate you doing that, you know, taking the time to do it. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why I done it. And obviously, I love to ride. I love to be in the woods. Just, and I feel like the YouTube channel, the way I am doing it, I'm trying my hardest to put out 3 videos a week. And that helps me to get in the woods more. Kind of helps me set the time aside to get in the woods. Allows me to go explore more parks. Hopefully one day this content is worthy enough to gain more subscribers, and we get more interest, and maybe I can branch out and maybe go a little bit further and get you guys some more awesome content from different parks. But I am from southeastern part of Ohio, and as far as any trail systems here close, we don't have a real lot. Hatfield, McCoy, Ivy Branch, probably our closest, and it's 2 hours, give or take. Of course, then they got the Big Coal River now open, which I haven't made it to yet, but plan on doing real soon. But and then Rush Off-Road. Rush is only a couple hour drive. Love that place. Been there a ton. We don't have any content from there on the channel yet, but I promise you we will here real soon. It's a place that we go to quite often. Anyways, not going to get further into the parks because that's going to be an episode for another time. That just gives you an idea of what I'm planning on doing here on the channel is, like I say, just we will dig into whatever you want to talk about, basically. Hopefully you guys will leave some comments in the description, and or not in the description, but in the comments. Hopefully you'll drop me some comments and give me some more stuff to talk about. But obviously the Defender is here. Anything you guys want to see on this thing, whether it's maintenance tips, whether it's accessories, just whatever you want to see, it's here. It'll be here in the videos. I can walk you around, show you live, walk you through it. Don't have no problem with that. Try not to screw around too much with this computer, but I can't really get it going here. Because if you guys, but I ain't gonna mess around with that. You guys don't want to see me sit here and mess with that. So anyways, no big deal. We'll get her sorted out. Like I said, it's my first live event, and we'll get her going better, as I do have some note cards here that I made, so don't get too far off topic. So on these live streams, I'm going to do them, if, like I say, if you're a current subscriber, you may have known that my schedule for YouTube is I try to drop, like I said, 3 videos a week. I do that on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I try to drop those at 5 p.m. So I'm just kind of replacing the Tuesday video with a live stream. And like I say, hopefully with the live stream, you guys, if I get a schedule, I think you guys will know when it is. Hopefully you can jump on there, drop some comments, and we can go about it that way. And then on my Thursday and Sunday, one day, probably Thursday, I'm guessing, I don't know, either or will be, you know, probably some products, accessories, tips, tricks, and then hopefully we get a lot more riding content. One of the reasons why here in the past I haven't got quite so much, and might not get so much in the future, is old cam girl, which if you guys followed along, she's my daughter. She usually helps with the camera. So she is currently involved, you know, in softball and volleyball, which is awesome. We love it. Love going to her games. Love watching her do that. But those are all on Saturdays now, so Saturday's kind of tied up. And as I'm sure all of you are, I'm a working man. I do work construction. I do have a real job, so that takes up a lot of time during the week. Well, all the week. But that's all right. So that just leaves really Sundays right now. And like I say, a lot of the parks are farther away from me, so I can do the one-day ride here and there, but mostly it's going to be, I'm going to have to take a long weekend here and there to get to that. So which does happen, and it will happen, and I want to explore different parks that I haven't got content in, and we'll get that stuff for you on the channel, because I always know that before I go to a park, I always jump on YouTube and I'll go search the park in the search, and I like to look at the trail system, like to kind of have an idea of what I'm getting into. I know my machine's capabilities, and I love watching the harder stuff, so I know, like, hey, I probably don't need to go there, or find some of the, you know, the trails that, okay, well, that's a little bit challenging, but the old Defender can handle her, and we like to hit that stuff too. But anyways, that kind of leads me into talking about some of the other YouTubers, which is another thing that we will get into on some of these live streams. And like I said, I know you guys are hardworking people, and I am too, and in the evenings I kind of like to have an ice cold Miller. So I'm going to take a drink here to clear my throat. I hope you all are having you a cold one too after a long, hard day. You deserve it. Anyways, one of the top YouTubers that helped me decide that I wanted to start YouTube was the Can-Am crew. And you know, if you've watched some other videos, I mentioned them a lot. And that's the first channel I've ever subscribed to. I bet you I've watched pretty much every episode they've had. Those guys do an amazing job. I love that they're family oriented. They got, you know, Jesse's got his kids out there and his wife and his friends, his close friends out there riding with him. They're just doing what they love. And it really, really is awesome. Now they hit a lot of the hard stuff. The double blacks, they love them, but they go about it in such a way that they're safe. They wear the protective gear. They know their machine's capabilities, and their machines are built for that. That's what they build them to do, and they do an awesome job building them. They even got a mud and metal off-road channel now that goes more into the fabrication, cage builds, working on buggies and whatever somebody throws their way. They've got a really nice setup there. They do an awesome, awesome job. Their website is really good. They sell tablets, an awesome tablet that I'm going to get my hands on sooner or later. And if you actually go on their website and it says where they've ridden, you can go on there and he's got it broke down per state. And they have been from East Coast to West Coast riding. And they've got it broke down per state, which trail system they've been on. You click on the trail system and it'll break down their YouTube videos. And they really have a nice setup. Like I say, one of the big driving factors of why I even attempted YouTube, because, excuse me, I know a lot of people just get on here and click around, but there's a lot more to YouTube than what people think. There's a lot more to making videos and trying to edit them, trying to get on a schedule and doing this live stuff. But so I applaud them, kudos to them. Like I say, Can-Am crew, one of my top ones. There's also a lot of other awesome content creators out there. I've just a few I have watched from the beginning. Also, I watch Anthony a lot from Rebels Off-Road. He's got a KRX and he puts that thing through the ringer. I mean, he does a lot of riding locally here. Well, I call it locally, but some of the closer parks to me. A lot of the Hatfield stuff, and I love watching that. And he's usually with that KRX couple, and I believe RJR Off-Road sometimes is with him, which they drive a Maverick, but they do a really, really awesome job with their YouTube videos. And like I say, I obviously don't take the Defender on a lot of the trails that they go on, but I love watching them do it because it just shows you how amazing these machines are and how capable they are. And I love watching how they build them. I love watching their different setups. Maybe some things that I can take and put on the Defender to not necessarily do double blacks. This thing ain't built for double blacks, but when I get that little bit of, I don't know, wild hair, or get a little bit of adventure, I'm like, and I want to hit something, at least I know, okay, well, that's too much, but I've done watch videos on this black trail and this other black trail, and the old Defender, I might have to give her the beans, but she can do her. And so it's nice to have that reference from a lot of them other guys. And I'm telling you, once I've started kind of turning on to this YouTube community and watching a lot of other people ride, and the more content creators I find that have awesome videos out there, I hardly ever even turn on the regular TV anymore. I'm always YouTubing. There's so much good content out there. Zach, old Zach from Dirt Dudes, he's a trip. He's got a turboed new Polaris Expedition. That thing is mean, and he's got a Razor Pro R. It's got 300 and some horsepower. That thing's crazy, and he rides all over the place. He just had a big event, Crash-a-Palooza up there in Michigan. I would jump on YouTube and check that out. I guarantee you there'll be some videos coming from there, because I know there was the RJR off-road people were there, and Somewhat Haggard, they were there. There was a lot of the YouTube content creators were at that event, so I'm sure they're going to have content out on that. Also, Adrenaline Junkies Prod, another great content creator. He has got tons of content out there. He's been doing it for a long time. That's for a few of my Canadian followers there. He's from up that way. And also Don's ATV Adventures. He does some really cool long videos of more of this type of riding that I do in the Defender. And I know that some of that trail riding may get a little boring, because we do a lot of the greens and maybe some of the blues, but I try to break it up with some commentary, and I know Don does a really good job of that. And you try to just pick up in interesting spots of the trail and try to throw in some humor there, you know, try to throw in a few things that make you want to watch it. You don't want to turn on YouTube and watch somebody drive down a dirt road for 30 minutes. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But that's why we try to set up old Yeller Feller here for some of the more technical stuff. And that's another thing that I like to get into is I didn't feel like on YouTube, like I can go on YouTube and I can watch the Can-Am crew, I can watch Somewhat Haggard, I can watch Rebels Off-Road, I can watch these guys go out, build these machines, and head straight to the double blacks and find the biggest, baddest hill out there, and they do an amazing job of trying to conquer it. I love to watch that, but you don't see people taking the utility machines out there. I feel like this Defender is way more than capable of going out, having a good time on these trail systems. This thing's not just built for working around the farm, hauling hay bales and going deer hunting. I mean, granted, it can do all that, and it's an amazing machine that can do all that, but it is more than capable of having an amazing time at some of the trail systems. And if you go back and watch some of my videos, I try to showcase that. And that's what I'm trying to do with my Defender and with this channel, is the people out there with utility machines, come follow me. Hit that subscribe button, because I will show you what this Defender will do in the woods, on the trails. And I'll show you maybe what it can't do. I mean, you never know, and we might even, you never know, we might sink a little bit more money into her to make her a little bit more capable. She's on 30s now, we might put her on 32s. Might do some A-arms and maybe add a little horsepower, maybe flash that ECU, I don't know, but that's more things too that we'll get into in some of these live videos coming in the future. Is we'll jump into maybe some of the upgrades you can do for, say, a Defender or some other side-by-sides. We don't have to talk about just the Defender. I mean, I am not a person that is necessarily brand loyal, as they say. If you've got a unit that gets you in the woods and gets you out there with us riding, that's the unit for you. I mean, that's awesome. That's amazing. Whatever gets you out there and just, like I say, get you away from the concrete jungle, get you out there with your friends, get you out there with your family, and just away from it all, and gives you a little bit of peace, relaxation, a little bit of adventure. That's the buggy for you, right? Whatever gets you there. I've owned them all. I've had Yamaha, had Polaris, had Can-Am, obviously, had Hondas, been there, done that. So, anyways, I'm going to try to not keep these live streams too long. Probably it says here about the 20-minute mark. So, did have a couple people join in. I thank you for watching. Don't be afraid to comment, and I will try to get you the answers to any comments, because just because this video is live, it will still be published as a regular video. So even if you comment on it after the fact that we're not live, I can still answer your comment. And please do comment, and please tell me specifically what you would like to see in these live videos, and we'll dive deeper into that each week, and hopefully you guys can give me some ideas and some more topics, because like I say, I definitely want to drive this channel in the direction of helping others. I love to ride. I'm going to get you that content in the woods, but that's not a week-to-week thing. Like I say, I want to drop 3 videos a week, so I want topics, want more things. I want to interact with you guys, my subscribers, you know, my audience. I want to interact with you guys. I want to, you know, entertain you, basically. And so if there's any questions, any comments, please don't be afraid to drop them, and I'll do the best I can. Anyways, that's about all. The Root Off-Road, another good YouTube channel to check out. They actually had us a giveaway once that I won. Well, I won some trailed brakes, which there's a video that I've dropped about that are on the Defender. Those things work awesome. Definitely check them out. And I want to give a shout out here real quick to Star Knight MT. They are one of my sponsors. They allowed me to review a product for them, which was the center console for the Defender, and that thing is absolutely amazing. Like I say, I got a video on that also, and we'll do some more of those reviews in the future. But just want to give them a big shout out. I appreciate them on reaching out and giving me a chance to do a product review for them. Check them out, www.starknightmt.com. You have any questions on how to watch any of the videos on any other the YouTube channels that I mentioned, drop them in the comments. I'll send you a link. That's easy to do. Yeah, so kind of got through all my little note cards here. I know this was a little rough. Like I say, it's my first time doing it, but I appreciate y'all watching, appreciate y'all tuning in. Give me some tips, give me some tricks, give me some criticism, whether it's good or bad. I don't care. I can take it either way. So, like I say, big shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you liking. Appreciate you watching. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Go grab you a cold one. I know you worked all day. You deserve it. And I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you on the next one.